over excuses. Excellence over average.
Position.
Champions aren't
good.
born. They're built.
One working is clap. Hey, there you go. There you go. Good.
Discipline over excuses.
Hello, everyone. I'm Coach Ambrose from Built Daily Podcasts. Hey, we're having a great show here today. We have Coach Angel for 21 volleyball training and also fitness. She's doing some amazing things this summer, and I definitely encourage you guys to check her out and come to her camps. But what we want to do today is kind of share some information that what's going to be going on her camps and everything. So, Angel, we're glad to have you here at Built Daily Podcast, and I love to watch you play. You're amazing setter, defensive player. Matter of fact, you just all around athlete in volleyball, huh?
Yes.
Well, Angel's getting ready to go off to Carolina in August, so she's going to have some amazing camps. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you definitely got a daughter, even a son, that looking to improve on their volleyball skill, you have a person here that you can touch, see, and feel that can help your child get off to a great start in volleyball. So, Angel, it's good to have you here at Built Daily. Doing good?
Yes, I'm doing great. I'm excited.
All right. Hey, I guess before we get started, I would love to know, I know you went to Carolina University for a campus visit. Kind of share with me, what was your highlight of going?
Man, it was just being able to be on the environment, actually not just get to see the pictures from online, but actually being able to see it in person. Like, wow, this is a beautiful city, and being able to meet the coaches, the team environment, and just get a feel of where I'm going to be at for the next semester. So I really did enjoy being able to have that little practice session, playing with the team, just getting a good idea of, okay, this is what I'm here, this is what I'm working for, I'm looking forward to it.
Wow. I know every city you go to, we always say, how was the food? So how was the food?
Food was delicious. It was delicious.
Food was delicious.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Thank you. I know I got a chance to experience that with you, and it was fun for me being there and watching you in there practicing and training. You was like just a kid in a candy store, and I'm proud for you, your mom proud for you, and of course your brothers and all your other brothers and sisters are proud for you. So keep up the good work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started here. So, Angel, I'm going to ask you a few quick questions here, if you don't mind. Can you kind of tell everyone how you got started in volleyball? How was what interested you to get in volleyball?
Yeah, well, what interests me to get into volleyball in the first place was actually a friend that I knew. Her name was Sophie. She was doing volleyball at a different organization at the moment, and she was like, "Yeah, that's just my sport. That's what I do and everything." And I was like, "Okay, cool, good to know and everything." But my mom, she was looking for some activities for me during the summertime. Like, okay, what's she gonna be doing? Soccer? I just need her in something, during the summer. So then she scrolled and she saw Living Word Sports Volleyball. And she was like, "Angel, do you want to check out what volleyball is and what it's about?" And I was like, you know what? Why not? So then we signed up. I went to the first little practice evaluation that they had. Of course, balls were flying everywhere, passes were everywhere, because I didn't know what it was like, to play volleyball. But I was like, man, I want to stick with this, because this seems like something I am genuinely going to like and enjoy. So sure enough, after that, I stuck with it, went through the whole program, the practicing, the serving, and just learning how to do the little basic stuff. And I was like, this is my sport. This is what I want to do. So that's like a little introduction of how I got introduced to volleyball itself. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. I know when I first went to one of the trainings that they did at the church and saw you out there on the court, of course, me being your dad and everything, I'm trying to all right, what you need? I think the first thing I bought was a soccer instead of a volleyball. I thought it was a volleyball. And you came with, Dad, this is not a volleyball, this is a soccer. But I know you took that soccer and still passed it against the walls.
Yes.
You know, so parents out there, if you hear this, make sure you get them a volleyball when they get ready to training. And I know you trained relentless when you first started. I mean, just being going to the 6th grade. Yeah, you're going to the 6th grade when you started. And I was just so proud of your discipline that nobody had to make you go out there and practice. Nobody had to make you do anything, but just that was your thing. And then you research. And who was the person online you looked up a lot? I know you was one of those, somebody from USC or something.
Yeah, 2 people that I would look up to online on YouTube. Number 1, top server to me would have to be Samantha Bricio. She was from a USC volleyball team. Man, I loved her serving. She just had a unique way where she would get on that serving line and she would dominate. She would rack up some service ace points just from her strong serves. And then she was a dominant hitter as well. And then another person that I really looked up to as well, not just in volleyball, to me in leadership as well, was Victoria Garrick. I feel like she created videos that it was not only here's how to pass, but hey, this is leadership, or how to get ready for a volleyball game, what you should be listening to, how you should hype yourself up. All those different things she would teach about that really helped me in my beginner stages of volleyball and learning more about it. Yes.
Wow. So that just really, I saw enlighten you, and you just kept going and kept going and kept researching. And here you are today, getting ready to go to Carolina University. That's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about your program you got going on this summer. Who is the program geared towards?
This program is geared towards middle school and high school ladies who are wanting to make their volleyball team and tryouts. And they're also wanting a foundation. So they're for the ones that may not know, man, I'm new to volleyball, or maybe I'm intermediate. I know some volleyball, but I want to continue to work on my skills. I want to have a better understanding of volleyball IQ, game-like things, different things like that. We want to instill into them in the Angel 21 training.
And I realized too, because I know we had a few coaches, and we had someone from Arnold Middle School as well as Aragon Middle School. If a lot of their girls, or when a lot of girls come to our camps or your camp, it makes it easier for the coaches when they come to their school, because see, now the girls are trained on what to do, and the coaches and parents, you have to realize this, when for those parents don't really know, when coaches in middle school, when they get ready to put your kid on a team, they ain't got the time to be trying to tell them how to pass, how to serve, and all those different things. The coach got to do that, and then guess what the coach got to do? The coach got to go teach a class. Coach got to be the police on the campus. Coach got to be all that. So the better your kid is equipped, you're telling them, the better they can play on the team. Can you imagine? And I know you love to see this because we had this this past year. You got a coach got almost 5 or 6 girls that went through our program, and they're all on her team.
Yeah. It's great.
You got it. So that coach don't have to do anything now, but what? Coach.
Just coach.
Yeah. So what are some of the key skills that you're going to make sure that they not just learn to do, but be proficient in doing?
Sure. I would have to say, of course, all skills, but definitely serving, because serving is the first thing that you do in volleyball. You're not going to be able to have a great pass, set, or hit without starting the game off with serving. So I like to teach my girls how to proficiently serve, starting from the lower footwork and then also up to our upper. What our hands are doing, how it's contacting the ball, and then adding power in. And then techniques. Do we just hit the ball any type of way, or do we make sure that our elbows are high, we're contacting high? Different things like that I teach in serving. And then also defense, passing, all about the footwork. You're not going to be able to move to the ball as fast as you want to do, or be in rhythm and in sync in the game if you don't know how to move to the ball. So we work on footwork with passing and defense, platform work, and then also hitting. Man, how to be aggressive on the court, where to hit, how to snap. You're going to have to work at home on working out, box jumps, different things like that. We want to really instill into the ladies not just the skills, but them knowing, man, this is what I have to do outside of it too. Always to my girls, I'm giving you the information, but when you get home, you have to work on these things. You have to work on your skills and footwork. Like, let's just use hitting. the left, right, left, 4-step approach. You have to work on that. But then also work on some squats, work on some box jumps, work on some things that can help excel your strength and conditioning. So when we're coming in for each session, you're growing all together as an athlete, not just in skills, but putting those two things together.
So you're saying that working with your skills and having skills and those strength, it's not going to work. Huh?
Work. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know in coaching volleyball and what have you, sometimes you might have to play 3 sets.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got no stamina, you looking for the coach to take you out the game. And the parent over there looking, put my child back in.
Yeah.
Child over there, now take me out.
Yes.
Because they don't have any stamina. And so and I know for a fact that you're very fit and very trained. I remember we went to Dallas, and you went to this volleyball, I guess what they call it, expose or something like that, and the coach asked you, "Hey, you want to take you out?"
Yeah,
and
like,
you said,
no.
"Nah." Every girl out there was wore out.
Yeah.
You went, I don't know, y'all definitely streamed for about a solid hour, and you did not come out.
No, I didn't want to come on out. I want all that plan.
So you want all that, huh?
Okay.
Well, you got it all. You did not come out. You played. I was like, wow, you know, And I guess that's the thing. You want to have that type of stamina.
Oh yeah.
When you're in the game, you're not worried about being tired. You focus on your job.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like somebody giving you money. You like, hey, that's too much money. Don't give me no more. No, you want all you can get.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, another quick question is this: what would you say to some of those young people? Because we see a lot of times in that, sometimes maybe not intentionally. It could be a parent, could be a coach, could be a family member. They encourage that child from practicing and doing those things. How do that child need to take that, and what they need to do to process it? And let me keep going. What would you say? I know you never had to deal with that, but what would you say? I know you know, but how do they deal with rejections, even from a personal standpoint? Yeah.
Rejections, as if the parent is telling them, "Hey, that's enough practicing,"
or coach saying you're not good enough, or you ain't doing this. What?
Yeah. With rejections, of course, because we're gonna have that.
Yeah.
As an athlete, some people will want you, and some people will not want you. That does not mean that you are less or higher. You know, that just means that we need to continue to work on bettering ourselves each and every single day. But the biggest thing that I would have to say, really. Now, of course, I'm Christian. That's my religion. That's what I believe in. But to put a biblical perspective is to stand firm in my identity in Christ, to stand firm in what He has said I am. You know, like I am chosen, I am loved, I am made in His likeness and image. You know, and to work, always put the work in. I can have faith, but I also need to do my part as well. It's putting in that work. So I would say, continue in working into your goal. Into your goal, and let's just say you want to be a dominant volleyball athlete, you want to play in college too, right? Stay in that. Stay in that identity of what God said. God said no. Faith works, okay?
Right.
Faith with the works, you know.
The
When you
works,
put those things together, only God can control the rest. So that's what I like to stand firm on.
Yeah. That sounds good. It reminded me of something years ago someone told me, and I hold that to my heart to this day. They say, hey, listen, prayer is the key. But faith gonna unlock the door. So you're gonna have to get up and go to work. You know, pray, have faith, now go to work. And something that I always laugh at, something that you said, really, you know, you can't go to the gym and then stand around and expect abs. You know, you're gonna have to put the work in. Well, great. So hopefully a lot of young people and even the parents understand that, you know, you're gonna have to have a lot of faith, because people are going to discourage you because they're looking at what you're doing and feel like since they can't do it, they don't want you to do it. And you're going to have coaches going to, you know, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? I know you experienced that. You ain't good enough. You ain't this, you ain't that. And you're one of the best persons on the court, you know? And I was looking at how they treat Caitlin Clark in what is called a WNBA. And this girl, one of the best persons on the court. Her coach always got something negative to say. So you have to realize they're just toxic people out there.
Yeah, there is.
And I love what you said. You're going to have to turn to your inner who you are, and that's the Christ in you. You know, because that's a process that you got to go through.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's definitely a process.
Yeah. So what you want to be able to share with parents that they can expect from your camp? What were they going to expect from your camp? Because I know the kids come there, and a lot of times they want to come there for fun. Woo, balloon, popcorn. Of course, we don't do that. But what do the parents need to expect with your type of intensity camps? Because your camps are, people. I know your camps that you do more in 1 hour than some people do in 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, definitely, like you were saying, that structure, number one, off the start, we want to make sure that you are getting your money's worth.
Gotcha.
When you come to us, we are not just going to be like, all right, ladies, we're going to do a little few drills and I'm over here talking to so-and-so. No, we're going to be strictly focusing on the development of your child. Whether they're there to get better in serving, passing, defense, working out, whatever it may be, we want to make sure that all that time is given to them. So what they're going to be expecting is structure, discipline, but then also at the end, some scrimmage. We like to bring it all together. I like to come in with the girls too and play with them, because there's nothing like working hard, staying disciplined, but then also being able to test out everything that you have learned. So those are things that they are going to be looking forward to and that they will have with our program.
Wow. Well, with that being said, them training real hard and then get a chance to scrimmage after each of their training, I know that's something very unique at what we do. But also share with the parents and young ladies why it's important, because you just don't coach, you actually demonstrate everything that you teach the girl. You actually demonstrate it. You tell them to serve, you're gonna demonstrate it. You tell them to move the feet, you're gonna demonstrate. And so what's the difference in them going somewhere else and another coach over there talking about how to do it versus you demonstrating? What makes that difference?
That difference is the athlete's able to see that this can happen. That if I work hard and do what coach tells me, I can work up to be just like coach.
Gotcha.
It's one thing to say something, but it's another thing to actually see that person and the work behind it and them playing it out.
Right.
Me showing them, okay, this is the footwork of hitting, be dominant, be aggressive, but then also me getting up there, hitting and being aggressive right in front of their face. There's just nothing like seeing that hard-driven visual motivation to be like, man, I want to be like that too, coach. Oh, coach, hit that ball like that. Shoot, I'm shoot. Yes, coach. Anything you need. What else I need to work on?
Right.
Those type of different things that help the athletes be motivated to work more harder at home.
Right.
Yes.
So
That's the key.
demonstration is just the key.
It's just the key.
Yeah, I can show you how to do it. I mean, I can tell you how to do it, but let me show you how to do it. So now if I told you, which I did, if I'm coaching you, which is I'm doing, I'm demonstrating which you see.
Yeah.
Now let me see you do it.
Now let me see you do
That
it.
takes all the excuse away from that child.
It does.
And now the parent can't help but say, hey, let me sign my child up.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I've learned over the years of volleyballs and watching you go into training, me taking you to training, me taking you to exhibition, is that I would say out of definitely 95% of the places that you have trained at before in volleyball, most of the coaches never demonstrated.
Yeah, no.
I had to turn around and go hire private coaches
Yeah.
and to get the job done.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Which, like right now, you have a great strength and conditioning coach. He actually demonstrates how to lift weights and different things like that.
Yes.
So parents out there, they need to realize that if you go into a place and your daughter or son is at a place and all they're doing is telling your child what to do, you need to look up Angel 21 Volleyball. It's on Ambrose Athletics, and you need to sign them up for your program. Because if they're going to get better, and I love the team that we coached this past year, we actually did it from the summer camp. And all the girls said, Coach, we want to play on the team. Coach, we want to play on the team.
Yeah.
So we cranked up the club and put a season together for them, and those girls did amazing.
Yeah.
They had a team, had us down, maybe 20-some to 10. Our team came all the way back and beat them.
Beat them, yeah.
Through what?
Shoot, through all the work that we've been instilling to them.
Yeah.
That they put on at home.
And serving was part of the key.
Yep.
Yeah.
Serving,
And I know you're very, very adamant about serving and defense.
Yeah.
Why is defense? Because people don't even think about defense. Why defense is so important?
Ooh, well, defense, that's the next part.
Yeah.
Once you see the setter and the hitter coming at you, now you got to defend this ball. It's coming at you fast.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's coming slow or tip. Oh, it's coming this way. Oh, snap. Now I got to run that way to get that ball. So defense is another part where it's so important, because it's one of those things like in football, defense, they need to protect the quarterback. Well, the same thing with defense and volleyball. They need to pick that ball up and keep that ball off the floor so that we're continuing to score, to improve on that court.
Right.
So we teach the defense footwork, the mechanics, the platform, but most importantly It's the game like, you know, the IQ of, oh, if the hitter is blocking this way, I need to move and shift over this way. So now I can see her coming this way at me.
Right.
All those different things we like to teach the girls. So that they're understanding.
Right.
When they get into that game, now they can think of, oh, this is where I moved. The hitter's coming. Okay, bam, I'm here. I'm ready.
Right.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up because I know we have this thing. We said volleyball is not played by age; it plays by skills. And our whole commitment and goal that you put forth is making sure our middle school girls can play like high school girls. That's the key.
Yeah.
You want your middle school kids to play like high school kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what our camps and clinics, Angel 21 Ambrose Athletics, is about. We want your child in middle school. When you go to their game, we want that parent to look like they're at a high school game.
Okay.
That's the work we want them to put in.
Yes.
Because I know when you got first started, and that's what I did with you, just sixth grade, but I made sure you trained with 8th and 9th graders. You know what I'm saying? Because, and like I said, in sports, and if you really want to be good, you got a kid in basketball. If he can play with 12th graders, guess what? He play with 12th. You know, because it's going to be based on your skill at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go to college and say, I'm a freshman. They don't care about that.
No.
They care about what skills you bring to the table.
Yeah.
And you're so keen on those skills and footwork and defense and those different things like that and demonstrating. So those are the things that I see that the parents going to get by coming to Ambrose Athletic Angel 21. And we want them to realize that in order for your child to get better, they have to practice more where?
At home.
At home.
At home.
That's accountability.
Yeah. It's accountability. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We always say if you don't make your bed up first thing in the morning, you probably not gonna practice that day.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do the first thing. Accountability to what?
Making up that bed.
Making up your bed. Do the first accountability. Let me make up my bed. Now when your mom says I don't feel like taking you to practice, you can say what?
Made my bed.
Made my bed up.
Yeah.
You know, you got to trade something off here. All right. Well, let me get one more question in before we go here. I really appreciate you for coming, and I know you got some other trainings to do, and what have you. Okay. What are some last words you would like to leave for the young people that you like to share some advice or what tips you might want to share with the people today?
I feel like my advice would be to trust the process and then stay consistent with working out, with working hard at home, with your skills, with the developing and learning. Because again, in one of my other videos, I mentioned consistency over intensity. And I love that statement a lot because it teaches you that it doesn't matter if you did something so intense one day. Okay, well, what about the rest of the days? Are you going to keep that same intensity or are you going to drop? You know, but when you focus on, okay, I can give my all right here, 80%. I'm going to get there to 90, but I can give 80%. Well, give that 80 all the way until you can give me that 90 and above. So I want the young ladies to know, okay, let me give it my all where I'm at right now with my level. And then as I continue to grow, then I can get up there. Then I can get up there, you know? Because sometimes you look at those videos, you look at those highlight reels online, right? You're like, man, I'm right here, man. How am I going to get up there? You know? But it's like, no, stay consistent with working out. Stay consistent with focusing on those techniques that your coaches have given you, and you will get there over time. It's a process.
Funny you say that because it reminded me of Darlene. She was consistent at that level that she was at.
She was at, yeah.
And next thing you know, she raised the bar and consisted at that level. Became a top server. Yeah. Became better on defense. Became better at hustling for the ball. So what you said is proven because you preach that all the time in practice. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent.
Yeah.
You know, we're not asking you to be a superstar when you first come out there, but we are asking you to expect to become one.
To become one, yeah.
You got it. Because we believe that is what you believe. So if you believe you ain't gonna be one, you won't. You believe you're gonna be one, you will. We always say you believe you are what you believe.
You are what you believe, yep.
You know, and so we want to be always to encourage our girls to think positive and surround them with motivational thinking.
Encouragement.
Encouragement and things like that. You know, what definitely. Well, for those that's out there, you want to know how you can sign up for Angel 21 Ambrose Athletics Volleyball. just hit the link below. You see the information here at the bottom of the video. First camp is going to be starting soon, so I would strongly advise and recommend that not just you sign up, call your friends and say, let's sign up together, because all of our camps, all of our clinics, they come with scrimmage. We always give out trophies. We always give out medals. We always give out money. Our girls love money. We believe in recognition at our thing. We do a lot of money giving out, okay? And I don't know, but I think Emily and Darlene and probably they probably racked up $100, $200 over all this period of time. And so we love to be able to recognize our girls. So again, we thank you for tuning in for Built Daily Podcast. And we're looking to do some amazing things with Angel 21 over the next summer. So we appreciate you for tuning in. Like, share, and hype this video and send it to a lot of your friends and family. And another thing I want to remind you, for those parents that we never talked about how expensive volleyball is. And we realize volleyball is very expensive. And I definitely have realized it. You know what I'm saying? But, oh my gosh, you know. But what God has blessed us with was we came up with a creative ideal in a way that we actually help our parents, a way that they can take the burden off themselves financially, that we probably the only organization that does it. So if you come to our organization, we have a way that we show people how, hey, this is how you can get the funds to be able to pay for your volleyball training. Now you can stay consistent, your child staying consistent, and you can stay. So if you want to find out about that, you definitely want to hit us up and come to one of our camps, and we'll be able to take you to the next level. So again, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And also go to AmbroseAthleticsVB.com and register your child for the upcoming weeks. Anything you like to add?
Woo, let's do a bid. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all soon.
All right, let's do it big. Let's do it often. Let's do it right now.